Hello, hello, and welcome, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers. Welcome to your timeless True Love timeline reading. I am your reader, Venus in Libra, Mark-Angela Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Jarring the Circle Productions since 1998, 25 years in service at the time of this timeless recording, author of Words of Grace, from a professional witch. It's available on Kindle. A version is available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box. It's broken down into chakra chapters. We're going to be talking chakras in this reading, so if you like, you can click the link and preview a chunk of it for free, but remember that's the Kindle version. The original version, which I've been saying as of late, and it's true, is Fellini Film Festival compared to the Kindle version, because, you know, it's just how it is. And you can find that over on Patreon. Some of my subscribers get the original version edited by my Scorpio soul sister, Jill Schweitzer. We're working on the next book at the time of this timeless recording. But all of my subscribers get three things in common. My Libras and Crosswatchers, number one, they get all the extended readings, the part twos to the part ones here on YouTube. They're all relationship-based, soul contract-based, and they're juggernauts, so all of them get that. They also get me every morning with an unlisted YouTube live stream link so they can directly chat with me about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something, something to send us on our way. The best way for me to start the day, considering all this stuff that I do, really sets me up well. The third thing that all of my subscribers get is a significant discount with private sessions, booking me for private sessions. We'll talk about that at the end of the video, but I will say, as a Venus in Libra, third house, Leo rising, as far as cardinal air goes, cardinal creative air, Libra, I love it. It is my favorite thing on earth at the moment, so if you would like to catch a whip, check it out, click the link, and come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark-Angela Lyons. You can call me Mal. Hey, my weebs. Hope you are all well. I am. Had a lovely morning, a busy morning, but ready to rock and roll. So let's do some explanation for the new Libs and Crosswatchers, and then we'll get down into the divination. This is a simple timeline, past, present, future, about the path of true love. Now, I do the larger Path of True Love reads with extendeds. They're juggernauts, no question about it. This is a simpler version and an addendum, a little clue, tip and hint, a little GPS POV of where you are on your healing path, your hero's journey, your spiritual awakening, whatever you want to call it, through the many relationships in your life. And you are the common denominator in every relationship in your life. So you heal you a little bit on the inside, a little bit on the outside. You shift all your relationships simultaneously, including your relationship to yourself. So it's a 7-card spread. We're going to get 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the heart, third eye crown, the internal chakras, right? The lower 3 chakras, the masculine energy, relationships in the physical world. We'll be using the Mythic Tarot by Juliet Sharman Burke. Every sign gets those cards, but then I intuitively choose a deck to get a wild card from. So your wild card is coming from the Journey of Love Oracle, Alana Fairchild, Rasuli, and Richard Cohn. There's poetry in each one of these, so it's really lovely, but it is the oddest divination system I've ever worked with, and that's a good thing, because, you know, something's got to take that title. So, look, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to see where you are, where you're headed, most probably. Just kind of getting it. It's like, okay, a lot of our spiritual tests, lessons, challenges come through relationships. Is it definitely a romantic read? Not guaranteed, which also rhymes. But even if it's not a romantic read, whatever the relationships are, it could be a bunch of people too. Your relationship's more than just one-on-one, Leaves. I know. It's tempting to think of all of it as a one-on-one, but it's not. then as you heal those, you actually bring yourself closer and closer and closer to being able to handle true love, which is truth and love as one thing. It is the core of who we are. It is the divinity that we are before it's separated into masculine and feminine, truth and love, but we got to choose, right? It's tricky shit. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. As I said in Crosswatchers, you perfect crosswatcher reading to see who the Libra you are cross-watching for, but maybe there's something in here to help you fix is not the best word, shift, heal, uplift your relationship with the Libra collective. And as you do that, you're helping all the Libras, all of us, including me, Venus and Libra. So enough explanation. Let's get to divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, and I will do my best to help anybody navigate the true love timeline. Anchoring truth and love into the Earth's electromagnetic field through our relationships feels pretty much like a big thing. And, you know, we've been doing it for a long time on this planet in our relationships. So as one of us moves forward, all of us moves forward. I guess that's about it. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. I think Libras have a really good chance of finding that still point, the center of the balance. Please take a nice deep breath. I love this part. Still point. Goddess, override. As I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East, please, beloved goddesses of cardinal, creative, air, 7th house dynamic, relationships, one-on-one relationship, partnerships, marriage, and even relationship to the shadow self, please, my beloved goddesses. 3 cards face down, heart, third eye crown, internal, dynamic for Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. Where have we been? I'll say we. Where are we now? Well, it's coming out much faster than the Virgo read yesterday. I had to really work for those. Where are we headed? Most likely in the True Love timeline of this timeless True Love read. Now we're going to get the 3 mythic tarot face down so that we can lay them simultaneously out. Look at them past, present, and future. Lower 3 chakras, relationship to yourself and the world, solar plexus. One-on-one relationships, money, sex, and power. 2nd chakra, sacrum chakra. And groups, tribes, circles of friends, 2, 3 or more. Libra. Root chakra, please take a nice deep breath. God override. Okay, I felt good. I felt that all the way in my lower back, as I do indeed call upon my beloved gods of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East. Please, beloved gods of cardinal creative air. 3 cards face down in clarity for the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. Lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out, relationships in the physical world. Where have we been? The path of true love, where are we now? GPS, where are we? Right here, right now. There's no other place I'd rather be. And where are we headed? Doing the best that we can to navigate a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise journey in the timeless true love timeline. Let's look. The past. Okay, all right. So, heart, third eye crown, you've got the 8 of Pentacles, the learner, right? Usually seeing the 8 of Pentacles kind of, working at it, hammering away at it, but this is inside. So, if you, in the past, if you can kind of get that you were learning, right? Couldn't have happened any other way on the inside when it's element of Earth, Pentacles on the inside. It's about wisdom you got through in the outside world, right? Oh, you have the knowledge. Oh, gee, you read a book, right? But then you have to put it into practice to get the wisdom that can never be stolen And here we have a crone teaching a maiden how to weave a blanket, and she's done it before, right? So she's teaching her. So for the maiden, so to speak, to say, no, I'm learning, because 5 of Swords on the outer could be argumentative, but could also be a change of mind. New information came in that took that stillness of the 4 of Swords and shook things up a little bit. It's behind us, but I can see that in all sorts of things. I mean, it can be conflicting conversations, disagreements. I mean, the 5 of Swords is not always a negative thing, but with the learner on the inside, whether you've cognized it or not, you got something worth learning out of this. Where are we now? Ooh, I am intrigued. Well, how interesting. Here we go. Where we are now on the inside, we go from the from the 8 of Pentacles to the 7 of Pentacles. Appraisal, right? A farmer looking at these sunflowers that she planted earlier, and now saying, it's like, do I want these? Do I want to invest in these again? Do I want to like raise it to the ground? Do I want to sell some of the seeds? Do I want to keep them all to myself, right? I do love sunflower seeds. Sunflower seed butter is absolutely amazing. Peanut butter, but sunflowers, amazing. 9 of Cups on the outer. That says if that's us from the outside looking in. Yeah, maybe there's a wish fulfillment. I don't know, but I think we're appraising it. Right? Put it on the scales, see how it weighs out. Is it worth our time? Is it worth that? When you have something appraised, right? A house, you're gonna buy a house, you want to have it appraised, you want to have it inspected, all of that. And I think because we've learned something in the past, it's like once bitten, 10,000th time shy, then this 9 of Cups could also be us really, if not pure straight up, my wish has been fulfilled. We're still skeptical, it's okay, particularly with 5 of Swords behind us. But it can also be that we've gone into the 8 of Cups, found the 9th cup, and we've given it to ourselves. That it's like the 9 of Pentacles in Rider-Waite Tarot, the Lady of the Manor, right? Just so like, no, I'm good, thanks. No, I'm good. Take that as you feel it. I almost went into a Stevie Nicks moment. Sorry, not sorry. Where are we headed? Oh boy. Holy crap. The Lovers on the inner, High Priestess on the outer. Now look, when it's a major arcana card, it's all of the chakras in that zone. This is our third eye crown, but with a specific we'll get to. And this is all lower 3 chakras. Let's start with this one. Pay attention to your lower 3 chakras. Pay attention. The root chakra will tell you fight, flight, free. Is your root chakra connecting to the Earth's electromagnetic field? If not, it's not a match, right? So you gotta get the fuck out of there, right? Second chakra, if this is a relationship with somebody else or whoever, and your second chakra one-on-one goes, walk, pull back at least, right? Take a nap. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them. Now the monkeys are in my head. It's a little bit me. It's a little bit you. And certainly if it's solar plexus, if something goes, then it's going against your honor code. It's going against your gut. So just pay attention, because the opposite could be true. Why? Because with the Lovers on the inside, though it is heart, third eye crown dynamic all at once, it's about life-changing choices and decisions that you may not be talking about. You're like, I am mulling this over. It could be. Honestly, it could be that somebody comes in with this 9 of Cups, which means it's happening now or in the orb of time, in a timeless recording window going on here. So there's nothing wrong with, look at me. I have my hands, like my arms crossed over my solar plexus. I'm like, why? Because I've been lied to before. You know why people lie? They're terrified. They're terrified of the beautiful and the powerful. And if you happen to be both, they're gonna lie unless they got their shit together. And by beautiful, I mean in all different ways, not just biologically, cosmetically, obviously. That if you happen to have both, that's lovely. But, I know plenty of gorgeous people that are just rotted and gutted, right? So, that's how it goes. Pretty people lie too, if you haven't noticed. Yeah, I bet you have. Pretty men, they never treat you right. Thank you. Prince, I think that was Apollonia 6. Yeah, I forget. It's one of the 6s. Oh, dear, dear, dear. All right. So, interesting timeline for shoresies. Let's get the journey of love. Now, I'm just warning you in advance. This is abstract. The art is gorgeous. It's very well written. Alana Fairchild Rasuli, who is the artist, and Richard Cohn, C-O-H-N, who writes the poem for each of these. It's gorgeous, but it can be a little out there. So, your air signs, right? Chew on it, right? Appraise it. Seven of Pentacles it. But I like this. And that it's all major arcana ahead, and the Lovers and the High Priestess. You know, not for nothing, in this card, this is Persephone in the mythic tarot. Wife of Hades, Persephone Underground, Our Lady Underground. Thank you, writers of The Magicians, for calling her that. I cried during that. That was early on in the series, too. So, you know, here she is, his bride, right? So, interesting. Soft of eye and light of touch. Speak ye little, listen much. Particularly to them lower three chakras. So, let's call to the pantheons of lovers, consisting of the lovers from all pantheons, traditions, lineages, and cultures, because you know every pantheon has a love god or goddess. Please, let's go multicultural. It is Pride Month. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm going to Bushwick. Still point. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the pantheons of lovers, a delegation, please, from the lovers from all pantheons, one card in clarity for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers watching this video drawn to this reading. Where are we on the journey of love? A clue, a tip, a hint, a little something, something. A little piece of poetry, maybe, a little guidance, a little grace, some lovely artwork. Because we're Libras, whatever. To help us navigate this true love timeline in the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest way that we can, considering a life-changing decision and High Priestess coming in the future. For this timeless true love timeline, read. The spaces between the words, not between the worlds, that I'm used to. The spaces between the words. How verbal, how Libra, how very throat chakra. Card number 24. Look, it's very abstract. I mean, the artwork's great. I'd love to have that on some of my walls here. I don't want to get busted for wall paint copyright infringement. Card number 24, just skipped over it. How long? Not terribly long. I do, however, need the magnifying glass because, what is this? Rockpool? No, it's Blue Angel. They do like the micro italic font. Ready? Now, seriously, breathe this in. It's none of these suck. Some of them are tricky, but none of them suck. Breathe. Pantheonic override. Please transmit. Still. Card number 24, the spaces between the words. When we look for guidance, we often look for words that clarify, reassure, and help us to find our authentic path through the chaos. That's not so bad. Yet there is also guidance in the spaces between the words, between each letter, between all the happenings in our lives, where there is nothing to be said, where High Priestess, where there is, where there are no lines to be colored in, where there is just openness. That's the still point. Those are the times when we need to freestyle. We need to do or not do based on what is happening for us right in the moment. Often there is far less to do than we think. Often we don't need to think. There is a space forming around you now. Sometimes when we sense this subconsciously, we feel exhilarated and excited, anxious and nervous, and not even sure why. Bushwick, Gay Pride, New York City. There is a sense, perhaps, that we wouldn't mind having a map of this unknown terrain, or perhaps we are happy to wing it. wings, and make it up as we go. Either way, there is space to just be. It is a receiver for the divine presence. Is that written right? Yeah. To just be. It is a receiver for the divine presence. If you have a lot of space of unknowing around you now or within you, place of appraisal in the now, that makes sense, then just know that there is a lot of divine presence to be received. It can't be explained, really. It happens between the words, and yet without it, there wouldn't be any words, any guidance at all. The oracle speaks to you. Enter that space and let go, for your time to receive is upon you. I'll read the poem in a second, but I want to say, Persephone is the maiden of the Maiden Mother and Crone, if you want to go there, right? About to become wife here with her daisies and a pomegranate in the underworld. So there is a receptive there. There is that purity of the divine feminine in the lunar, if you will, receptive divine feminine mode. So, the eastern rise of time on newborn wings bursts out across the lifeless crowd and sings its climb to heights unknown of beauty, warmth, and power upon its throne, to fade again in western sky and only for a moment lie before it takes its course again, to breathe once more in heart of man. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. That was really good. Oh, I like that. Good. So we don't need to know. Good. We can think as much as we want. So yeah, it makes sense. Where have we been? We've been learning. We've been learning, and yeah, there's probably some mental confusion, conflicts, arguments in any type of relationship, one-on-one or with groups, or just a lot going on there. But right now, we are in a place of appraisal, but with Nine of Cups, it's like we may not be at the Ten of Cups, our cups overflowing, all of that, but we're damn close, right? And we must have had to go through the Eight of Cups, walking away from something to get to the Nine, at least in the outer, right? So where we're headed is a life-changing decision to make the most loving, wise, empowered choices and decisions. And there's nothing wrong with being still and silent, soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little, listen much, between the pillars, the central pillar with Persephone, the high priestess, to really pay attention to what we are feeling while we are listening between the words. The still point of God, so Eastern, but Wayne Dyer did a thing on that with the meditation, right? I mean, my goodness gracious, it's proliferated throughout spirituality and metaphysics and, ancient as well as contemporary things. So to find the stillness and the silence when you don't know is tricky because the mind will take over. But if you find yourself overthinking, think of it this way. That's an alarm that my energy is all up here and not down here. And with the Lovers, it's always your choice or your life-changing decision to make. Yeah. So what a lovely, lovely read. I am so into it. I hope you liked it. And if you do, hit the thumbs up. Help other Libras and cross-watchers find it. If you want more of me here on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. And, hit the notification bell if you want to know what it's at. And comment what type of relationship it is. If people would just put one word, romance, I'd be like, okay, you see it there. And honestly, I could see it there too. What kind of life-changing decision is this? But certainly over on Patreon, right? All that stuff, liking and whatever. If you sign up for one of my levels of subscription, you get everything that's on that level of subscription since I started Patreon, or I started the level because I've been adding new levels of subscription bit by bit as we go. But remember, all of my subscribers get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and the significant discount. But honestly, like I said, Venus and Libra, third house, right? Expression. This is my art form, and Patreon really helps me do that. So if you'd like to come along, we actually have a special running right now. Patreon has allowed us to do 7-day free trials. I made the first tier, Seeker, usually $3 a month. You can check it out for 7 days free. And if you want to dip a toe, you can. And then if you want to stay a subscriber, if not cancel before the last day, like everybody else tries to do and usually does. Yeah, come Patreon on Patreon. And like I said, they get a significant discount. There is a video that I made. It's also on my website of booking private sessions with Mal, but the video kind of does it in kind of a more fun way. It's all graphed out on my website in the store. But there is a link in the description box. And booking private sessions is no longer just booking a reading with Mal, because I've been doing spiritual counseling for decades. It's all part of the same thing. It's just the format's different, right? Whether we Zoom it, whether it's in person, whether I'm traveling, all of that is explained in a rather simple way, I think. So certainly go check that out, because I could start off a private reading with this timeless true love timeline read and then build upon it, right? Throw more cards until the hour or so has passed. So I'm really good at it. I do true love reads for people all the time, and myself too on occasion, and I can see some of myself in this reading, so I'm going to write this one down. I always do. So thank you so much for watching. And look, you know, you're Libras, we're Libras. We've got that vibe in us, choices and decisions, right? But will we be fair? Though the Justice card is not here, nothing screaming Libra, I think that we have Aphrodite and Persephone here on the table speaks a volume. So hang in there and find the spaces between the words. There was one. Wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed. Have fun with this if you can. Heal. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed.